What's up, Georgia Bulldogs fans? Welcome to Waiting Since Last Saturday on YouTube. My name is Scott Duvall, and my two co-hosts, Will Leach and Tony Waller, and myself, we got together last night and recorded a podcast on Zoom, and I had every intention of putting the entirety of our podcast with the video included on YouTube, but the streaming services, sometimes it's not great, and there was a lot of lag in the video system. So what I did was I cut it down to just the last third of the podcast that you're about to see. It's the buy or sell part. It's kind of the more fun part of the episode. And so you get to see that. And we talk about uniforms because I wanted to, and a couple other things related to Georgia football that you'll enjoy. So yeah, enjoy that. And before I forget, please make sure to subscribe and comment. Subscribe to our channel and comment, because through tomorrow, I'm still running the contest to see who can get this signed print sent to them absolutely free. So that's it. And these are not plugged in. I just figured it kind of looked cool. Yeah, maybe that was a good call. Maybe I shouldn't have told you. I don't know. But anyway, the podcast is going to play right now. Well, do y'all want to get into some buy or sell?
Yes.
I did come up with that. And by the way,
it sounds like I'm going to sell everything, but I'm not. I'm going to buy.
By the way, we don't usually do a tweet of the day, but there was a tweet that I saw yesterday that I immediately liked like 10,000 times. A guy by the name of Dave Jorgensen. I don't know how it came across my timeline, but he said, and I'll put it as for today. Today's Wednesday, right? He says, it's Wednesday, or as we call it now, day.
Day, just day.
It's day. So that was the tweet that I liked last night. So we'll get into some buy or sell. Will and Tony, buy or sell charcoal grills. I had a hard time last night with my big green egg. I tweeted about it, and I got a lot of sympathetic replies. Nobody made fun of me because I talked about how much of a novice I was and how much I preferred propane over charcoal. However, the birds, the chicken did turn out pretty good, and the kids and the wife, they complimented my cooking skills. So I guess it all panned out. But buy or sell charcoal grills.
Buy. Buy. Absolutely. I like charcoal. I don't get to use them as much as I would like to, but absolutely buy.
Yeah. Always the preference.
Yes. All right, Tony, this might be more for you. I don't know if Will has watched this. I haven't, except I caught the last little bit last night as my wife is obsessed with this. There's a Netflix show called Tiger King and Joe Exotic. Have you seen that? Either one of you?
No.
I'm aware that everyone is currently talking about this show.
I'm aware of it in the same way I was where like Birdcage was, but not Birdcage. What was the show with Sandra Bullock?
Bird Box.
It was Bird Box. Yeah. I was really, if Julianette Binoche had been in Bird Box, I'd been very nervous.
I definitely feel like and I wrote about this in my newsletter today, all of the people that are watching all of this Netflix stuff right now, like, clearly, like, I don't know how they're doing it, because it is weird, because yes, I am home more often than I usually am, and I work at home, so I'm home more than I am ordinarily, but whew, I mean, I don't know how all of a sudden having my children in my house all day was supposed to make it easier for me to watch Netflix shows. But apparently, for many people, it has.
I remember you're going to pine for the days when you went on 6-month submarine trips, Will.
I could use a freaking submarine right now. I think we all could.
You know, there's probably some people in the country that are already in one.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you the ultra wealthy are all long gone. They're off to New Zealand right now.
All right. Buy or sell home brewed coffee, because I know that I've been making a lot of it lately. I used to go and get either a racetrack coffee or McDonald's or Starbucks, but I'm drinking a lot of home brewed coffee. Buy or sell home brewed coffee.
I mean, because I know Will's not a coffee guy, I'll handle this. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's super white suburban right there saying you never had homebrewed coffee, dude. I mean, I make a pot of coffee every morning because, you know, I want my kids to go to somewhere besides, Auburn School of Sheet Metal in Texas. So I like homebrewed coffee. I'll go to Jittery Joe's sometimes and pick up a cup, but I'm a homebrew guy from way back.
Yeah, I remember I don't drink coffee either, but my parents do, and they were like Folgers people from the get go. I just remember those big metal cans being in my house all the time.
Well, that's the best part of waking up.
That's why it's Folgers in my cup.
All right, we've talked about it earlier, but ESPN The Ocho last weekend it was marble racing, which my kids could not get enough of. They recorded it and they've watched it twice already, where they had a play-by-play with literal marble racing, dodgeball, cherry pit spitting. Buy or sell ESPN The Ocho.
Buy. I loved it. We recorded every minute of that and are meting it out and watching it and everything. To me, my favorite two things were the axe throwing, not because the sport itself was that exciting, because it wasn't, but more just like there was such love among the competitors. Like they were just all best friends and just cheering each other on. They would often choose shots that were, if they were ahead, they would choose shots that were more difficult so they would get a chance to their friend to come back, which is really kind of an amazing thing. I like that, and I like the death diving. Yeah, that was amazing. Where it's just like basically the point of the death diving is just to do something insane and then land uncomfortably. And it was very amusing to watch.
Catch that. That was awesome.
I did. And I'm saving there's also one of them was the electrician championships.
Yes.
And my father's an electrician, so he is so my boys are saving that for when they get to watch that with their papa.
I'm sure he's going to love that one. All right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Hold on. I'm all over the Ocho now. Anytime you give me a show where a buddy of mine is doing the commentary, and that I'll shout out Adam Kramer at Kegs and Eggs doing the Golden Tee Championships. I'm a big fan.
All right. Buy or sell. Anthony Edwards declared for the NBA, and he, according to the website I looked at, he is the prohibitive number one pick. Do you buy or sell Anthony Edwards as the prohibitive number one pick?
I guess it depends on who has the pick.
I feel like Anthony Edwards is the number one pick because if Anthony Edwards had gone out last year, which obviously wouldn't, he's already too young to be in this year. But if a player of his caliber had gone last year, he'd have gone fourth or fifth at best. I personally would take RJ as a Knicks fan. I would take RJ Barrett over Anthony Edwards, and I would obviously sign Williams and John Moran over Anthony Edwards. I think the fact that he would be number one this year speaks, I think, more to the problems with the class than necessarily problems with that he is so particularly great. He is good, don't get me wrong, but I don't. There's a lot of years where he would not be the number one pick. He may be this year, but I think it's because it's not a great class.
What Will said.
All right, buy or sell. Todd Gurley coming home to the Falcons.
I mean, look, we have, and I'm not one of these people, but Scott, actually, you are. The Falcons don't have enough Georgia players. The Falcons have a need. They got Gurley relatively cheap for production. Yeah, there's injuries issues there, but it's a one-year contract. If he doesn't pan out, you move on. He's going to a team that has aspirations out beyond merely making the playoffs. He has shown that he has the talent to be able to carry a team running the football. I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I agree. I liked how it was like a 1 year with a 1 year option or something. There's still some questions about his knee. To be honest, I was probably a little bit more excited with the signing of Fowler. I think former Florida Gator for the defensive line. I think that might end up making a bigger and better impact than even Todd Gurley, but we'll see.
What I mean, I'm not a Falcons fan, but if I were a Falcons fan, I would already have my Gurley jersey. I mean, for crying out loud.
Well, they're changing uniforms. So
whatever. Oh, sorry. Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like, I mean, if Todd Gurley, I mean, you got a Gurley. Come on.
Yeah. And hey, they're not having to play any football games at Neyland Stadium, so his knee's probably fine.
All right. So indulge me here. It's been a long week. It's been a long 2 weeks, and it's going to be another long 4 months. I'm just kidding.
Wednesday was a long week.
So I've got some screenshots that I'm going to pull up on the screen. There's been some uniform changes in the NFL. And so I've got a couple here that I want you to either buy or sell, and tell me if you can see these. All right, so let me pull this up. If I can get my see, this is new stuff here. Hold on.
Do you see what y'all are doing about not social distancing? You're giving Scott opportunity to actually put up stuff.
Can you see this? The LA Rams changed their logo. Can you see the logo?
Oh, I've seen it.
You buy or sell that logo?
I'm impressed that you're able to do this on Zoom, man, by the way.
I'm learning new things.
I'm more impressed with your Zoom skills than the logo.
Okay. How about this one here? The LA Chargers have also changed their logo.
Chargers looks fine. The LA Rams one looks like the hair of like every girlfriend I had in like the late 90s and early aughts.
Ooh, yeah.
Supposedly,
that's a good point.
Someone on Twitter brought up, I think there's a school called
It's
San
the Rachel
Angelo State, that it was kind of a ripoff of that. But
the Rachel.
Yeah.
So isn't there a way to make like your background in Zoom really crazy?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
So you can't you're going to open up your app.
My app's open. I got my app. I'm installed.
You go to Preferences.
And
then you go to Virtual Background. And
I see it.
I'm in Stegman Coliseum.
Okay.
Oh, Scott, stop. You're pandering to me.
Right. Got it. Okay, go on.
And I'm at the Terry College of Business right here, flying over. I took this photo. See? Look, I took that photo.
At Corral Hall, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm with you.
Can you do it?
Keep going. I'll do one eventually.
All right. Okay. So one final logo that I have want you to look at before I get into some other logos. This is just a screen grab, but Tampa is saying that they're going to change their logo maybe back to the old Buccaneer. This looks like a combination of their old jerseys with their new ones. I don't know, but I don't know. Buy or sell that with Tom Brady wearing it.
Okay, sorry, I'm still done.
Sell. Oh my God. Yeah. Shocked. I say there's gambling in this establishment.
I'm working on it. Sorry. Okay. I'm very much of the Brady looks weird and he shouldn't do it. I understand why he's doing it, but it's weird.
We could do a whole podcast on, I guess, old veterans that change teams, like Joe Montana in a Chiefs jersey that just seem weird and don't go very well.
Yeah. Someone brought up the picture of Patrick Ewing in a Magic uniform being guarded by Akeem Olajuwon in a Raptors uniform.
Oh my God.
That's just wrong.
All right. So so the Falcons, oh wow, look at that. Will's got the Illinois background.
I'm having fun now.
So the Falcons are changing their uniforms, and they haven't announced it yet, but I did find a website where they had 5 mock-ups of what it could be. And so just kind of want to get y'all's opinion on what you think might be the best one. Here's one of them right here. Looks like this guy, Dean Worley, _Worley. I don't mind this.
Yeah, that's old school. I like it.
Yeah. Where's your
guy? Right. What do you think of this one? That kind of looks more Atlanta United-esque.
I'm sure this is very exciting for our listeners, by the way, who can't.
That looks like the original. That looks like the Birmingham MLS kit.
Yeah, so we're not doing a very good job of podcasting because we're actually looking at things, but this kind of has a lot of Georgia Tech gold, red, and black in it. So I'm not a fan of that one. Then there's this one, which is it retains the current logo, but it's metallic and futuristic. I don't like this one either. And then we've got this one, which is, I don't know. It's sleek and modern, as the guy says.
They're going to they end up playing Shane Falco in the American Conference Championship before they go and play the New York Generals.
I've discovered they reverse your picture, by the way, on this when you put this in your background.
Oh, that's your boys.
There's a button you can push.
Is there? Okay. Anyway,
I would come over and help kind of tutor you on it, but I can't.
No, I understand.
Oh, check this out. I've got another camera angle too.
Oh my God.
Scott has been waiting for an hour to show you that. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've had some time on my hand.
What about your other hand? Oh, damn. Dude, come on.
Applause. All right, Tony, say something like that an Auburn bro would say.
I hope Tommy Tuberville wins.
Sorry. Okay, enough of that. Enough fun and games. Okay, so that does it for buy or sell. Thanks for indulging me on all of that fun. We'll do more later at another podcast date. But I guess, does that kind of end? Do we want to kind of give some final thoughts on everything? I know it went heavy and then it got lighthearted, which I think we needed. I feel better after doing this, just to being honest here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely need to talk with y'all. I had a great interview with Tommy Tomlinson last week.
That was great. I love that, Tony. Tony,
yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. He's a great guy, and he's a really smart guy and a great Georgia fan. I hope to have Brett Balcom, who is the director of athletic bands, director of the Redcoats. I hope to have him coming up soon. He and I have traded some messages. But, guys, one of the reasons we don't do this in the spring is because there's not that much to talk about, and all three of us are busier than hell with baseball and softball and other things. That's not much of an excuse right now. To the extent we can, I'd like to do this on the reg because I have to admit, this sitting here at 9:35 on a Wednesday night, I assume it's Wednesday, I don't know. On a Wednesday night, it's about as It's about as It's about as regular as I felt in a week and a half.
Yeah, I think we all kind of agree. I think this is – I know I went in a rant earlier, and I back up that rant in every possible way. Please stay the bleep inside. Please. It's the only way we're going to get through this. It's literally the only way that we get football back. Stay inside. But talking to you guys has helped. Everyone's going a little stir crazy. And even someone like me that works at home all the time and has been doing so for more than a decade, it's good to chat with everybody. So I was wondering why every time I'm sitting here working, I get like a Zoom thing from Scott being like, "Show me, what are you doing? Live video. What are you doing? Live video." And I'm like, "I'm not wearing any pants, Scott. Like, don't do this." But I'm glad to now have the opportunity to show that I am in fact wearing pants.
Sure you are.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I've got a new thing.
You definitely have too much time on your hands.
I got to get that new camera. You got like a fancy camera over there. I got like my camera's not so fancy. Like I got to get like a fancy camera like you do.
Yeah, you could probably order one at Best Buy and you can pick it up. I think Best Buy is literally you order stuff and then they leave it there and you come and pick it up.
So I have to say, we have ordered from Amazon during this time. Oh, this is something I wanted to do before we left, by the way. If you are in the Athens or Oconee area, you should be supporting your local restaurants during this time. And that is a very important thing to do. One of the things that we're doing, because to be honest with you, I think places that are open now might not be allowed to be open in a couple of weeks. So every time that we order from someone, the National is doing this. Some of the places in 5 Points are shut down, but the National's still open. And by open, it means it's curbside service, and you can order online. Not only are we ordering stuff from them, we are buying gift certificates because they need that money now. And then when they come back, I will happily use it. But one of the many things that I love about living in Athens is all of the interesting and fascinating and you want small business and entrepreneurs. Local restaurants are those are the people you got to support. And so I cannot encourage everyone enough to go out and support your local restaurants around here. Nobody needs it right now more than they do. And we talk about things getting back to normal. Athens will not be back to normal if it doesn't have a lot of the great restaurants that it has. So I can't recommend enough. Find the places where you can get curbside. We're getting curbside service from a lot of places, from National, from Europe. We're doing that, supporting local here. You got to do that because they need you more than ever.
Yeah, I got a email from the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce today it was a Google Doc full of all of the Athens restaurants listed, and you can kind of look to the right of it, and it lists what times they're open, where you pick it up, who your contact person is. I will link it in the show notes of this episode so anybody can click on that and access it that way. And then also, I'd been wondering what kind of nonprofits maybe I could donate to. There isn't really like a COVID-19 Athens chapter yet.
There isn't. I've looked. I've thought the same thing. There isn't.
One of the best nonprofits that my wife contributes to every year, and I'm going to try to do a couple things with, is the Get Comfortable campaign. It's kind of run by Creature Comforts Brewery. And the cool thing about it, they benefit places like the Athens Advanced Council on Aging. They're community-centered, they're data-driven, and they're advisor-directed. And Matt Stevens runs it. He's a good friend of mine, salt of the earth kind of guy. And so if you were feeling like, gosh, I just want to do something, you see all these people, making PPE for hospitals and everything. The Get Comfortable campaign is a great place to start. And then one other thing I'd like to mention, I read an article on Online Athens about community clothing here in Athens. They have their sewing machines going. They're making personal protective equipment for the doctors. They're trying to do what they can. I love hearing that and reading about that about my community. It literally gives me chill bumps.
While I've got the Giving Kitchen is a great place to give.
Yes.
If you get the opportunity, the Giving Kitchen is a wonderful place to go. Also, Hendershot has their own kind of GoFundMe that's supporting not just them, but many other places in the area. But I would say, starting out, I think the Giving Kitchen is maybe the way to go.
And one other thing that I wanted to share, in a past life, back prior to 2015, prior to starting this podcast, I worked as a medical device rep, meaning I was in the operating room with physicians. I was at all of the local hospitals, St. Mary's, Athens Regional. My primary hospital that I covered was Gwinnett Medical Center. I'm still in touch with one of my orthopedic surgeons that I worked with. I won't say his name, but he's working at Gwinnett Medical Center, and I've seen him posting on Facebook lately about basically more of an emphasis on some of the things we're saying right now. And he's most definitely speaking to making sure that you're careful so the doctors can do their job. And in fact, he put a funny meme up. He was like, stay inside or you're going to have an orthopedic surgeon treating your pneumonia. Because he's an orthopedic surgeon, but he's in the firing line. He's the first wave of that hospital. And so I sent him a Facebook message last night. I just wanted to tell him that I appreciate him sharing all this stuff online. I said, I appreciate all of your posts. They're very informative. Please take care of yourself and your patients. All my best. And I woke up this morning and I had a response. I hadn't really spoken with him much lately. And he said just this simple thing. And he's not the type of person to just say this. He says, thanks, man. I love you. I miss you. And it's getting real for the doctors, especially the ones in the hospital. So just understand that they are doing what they've trained to do. A guy like this guy's an orthopedic surgeon. He's ready to go in and save your life if you need it. It's heavy times right now. And yeah, I mean, pray, whatever you want to do, stay inside, pray, and just, be a good citizen.
Agreed.
All right, eventually we're going to get to talk about football stuff.
Yeah.
That'll be fun when that happens.
Yeah.
But for now, hey, stay safe, guys. Be careful. Everyone hang in. And you know what? We're all stir crazy. We'll probably do this again earlier rather than later. Thanks for guys. Honestly, thank you both for letting me do this. It was good to talk to both.
I'm with you. It's been cathartic and awesome.
All right. Well, okay. In that case, I think we're all together on this one. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.